It is 11:14 on a Thursday morning, and Jake is standing in the equipment room of a touchless car wash in suburban Memphis, Tennessee. The room is loud, compressors running, water lines pressurized. A technician is replacing a solenoid valve on the third bay. Jake watches, says nothing, makes a mental note that the pump bearings on bay 2 will need replacing within the next 60 days. He knows this not because anyone told him, but because he has been listening to these machines for 11 years, and he knows exactly what they sound like when something is about to go wrong. Jake owns his car wash. He also owns 11 others across 4 states. Together, they generate $35 million in revenue every single year. The technician finishes the valve replacement, nods at Jake nods back, and walks out to his truck, a 2017 Ford F-150 with 212,000 miles on it, and drives to his next property. Nobody in Memphis knows who Jake is. Nobody at the car wash knows what Jake is worth. The technician who just fixed the solenoid valve makes $22 an hour and has no idea that the quiet man in the worn jacket who watched him work owns 37% of the building he is standing in. This is the life of a stealth cash flow king, and it is nothing like what most people imagine when they think about being worth tens of millions of dollars. Let me take you inside it. The beginning. Jake was 26 years old when he bought his first car wash. He did not set out to build a car wash empire. He set out to find a business that made money without requiring his constant presence. He had read enough to understand that the difference between a job and a business was whether the income continued when you stopped showing up. He had looked at restaurants, too labor-intensive, retail, too inventory-dependent, laundromats, good, but limited upside. And then a business broker showed him a single-tunnel car wash in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee, generating $480,000 in annual revenue. With an owner who was retiring, Jake bought it for $1.2 million, using $300,000 he had saved over 4 years, and $900,000 in SBA financing. He knew nothing about car washes. He spent the first 6 months learning everything. He learned about the chemistry of detergents, the mechanics of conveyor systems, the psychology of membership pricing, the importance of location traffic counts, and the one metric that determines whether a car wash is a business or a trap: cars per hour at peak capacity. The first year the car wash generated $520,000 in revenue, more than the previous owner, not because Jake was smarter, but because he introduced a monthly membership program, unlimited washes for $29 a month. The membership model changed everything. Instead of waiting for customers to show up when their car was dirty, Jake was now collecting $29 on the first of every month from people who may or may not ever show up. Recurring revenue, the foundation of every real business. Year 3. By year 3, Jake owned 3 car washes. He had used the cash flow from the first to secure financing for the second to secure the third. And he had discovered something about car washes, specifically that most people never consider. They are recession resistant. When the economy contracts and people stop spending on luxuries, they stop going to restaurants, stop buying new clothes, stop taking vacations. But they keep washing their cars, because a clean car is not a luxury. It is a signal of self-respect, a professional necessity. And for many people, the one small thing they can control in a life that feels increasingly out of control. Car washes held their revenue through 2008, through 2020, through every economic disruption of the last 2 decades. While restaurants closed and retailers collapsed, the car washes kept running. Year 7. Jake owns 9 car washes. His annual revenue has crossed $15 million. And something has changed about how he moves through the world. He has stopped explaining what he does at dinner parties, because the conversation always goes the same way. Someone asks what he does. He says he owns car washes. They nod politely and change the subject. Nobody finds car washes interesting. Nobody asks follow-up questions. Nobody wants to hear about solenoid valves and peak hour throughput and membership retention rates. And Jake has realized something important about this. The invisibility of the boring business is one of its most valuable features. Nobody is competing with him for car wash acquisitions because nobody thinks car washes are worth competing for. The person who would have been Jake's competitor at a tech startup is busy pitching investors on an app, while Jake quietly acquires the 14th most profitable car wash in the Nashville metropolitan area and adds it to a portfolio that nobody's watching, because nobody thinks it is worth watching. Year 11, Jake is 37 years old. His car wash portfolio generates $35 million in annual revenue. His net worth is approximately $22 million, and he is standing in an equipment room in Memphis, Tennessee, watching a technician replace a solenoid valve. Here's what his actual day looks like. He wakes up at 6:15, not because he has to, but because he has always woken up at 6:15. He checks his dashboard, a real-time overview of all 12 locations, cars per hour, membership signups, equipment alerts, revenue versus target. He can see the performance of every location from his phone before he gets out of bed. By 7, he is at his desk, reviewing anything flagged overnight. By 8, he has finished his operational review and is responding to his 2 regional managers, the people who actually run the day-to-day across all 12 locations. Jake does not manage any car wash directly. He manages 2 people who manage the car washes. By 9, he is usually driving to inspect a property. Not because something is wrong, but because physical inspection is how he catches things before they become problems. Solenoid valves, pump bearings, the small failures that become expensive if nobody notices them early. By noon, he is done with site visits. He has lunch at whatever is near wherever he ended up, usually something cheap and fast. He eats alone most days, not because he is antisocial, but because he genuinely enjoys the quiet. By 1, he is reviewing acquisition opportunities. His broker sends him 3 to 5 potential car wash purchases every month. Jake rejects most of them immediately. Too close to a competitor, traffic count too low, equipment too old. He is looking for specific things, and he has learned to identify them quickly. By 3, he is done for the day. He goes to the gym, picks up his kids from school, makes dinner, and by 9, he is usually reading car wash industry publication mostly, which are genuinely more interesting to him than most people would believe. This is $35 million a year. No office, no investors, no board meetings, no pitch decks, no press coverage, no LinkedIn posts about disruption. Just 12 machines in 12 locations, running water and soap and air. Over and over. Every single day. Whether Jake shows up or not. Here's what Jake figured out that most people never do. The goal was never to build something impressive. The goal was to build something that runs. The tech founders building impressive things are working 80-hour weeks at 40. Jake is picking up his kids at 3 in the afternoon and reading car wash industry publications by 9. And the number in his account, while smaller than many tech exits, is real, unencumbered, generating cash every single month, and growing quietly while everyone else is looking somewhere more interesting. Here's the bottom line. Boring businesses are not boring because they are bad. They are boring because they are not exciting to talk about at dinner parties. And that boringness, that complete absence of glamour, is precisely what makes them powerful. Nobody fights over car washes. Nobody raises venture capital for car washes. Nobody writes magazine profiles about car wash operators. And Jake is extraordinarily grateful for that. Because while everyone else is chasing the thing that looks good, Jake is running the thing that actually works. You have been decoded. If this video made you look at boring businesses differently, subscribe to Money Decoder 3004. Every single week, we decode the wealth building strategies that hide in plain sight. Simply, honestly, and clearly, drop a comment below. What boring business have you ever thought about owning? Tell me below. I read every single comment, and I will see you in the next decode.